Hello friends and welcome. While most of us love the idea of aging gracefully, that does not mean that we don't also want to put our best face forward and highlight our best features. Fortunately, makeup has come a long way in helping us all to look and feel our best at every age. And as legendary makeup artist Trish McEvoy said, what time takes away, we can bring back with makeup. As a makeup artist myself who specializes in helping those of us over 50 look like the best version of ourselves, I always find it interesting and inspiring to check out the tips from other makeup artists that I respect and admire. So today, I thought you might enjoy seeing a demonstration of some of their top tips for those of us who are older, from some very highly respected Hollywood makeup artists. But first, let me give a warm welcome to all of you who are back with me today, and a warm welcome as well to those of you who are first-time visitors. If you're looking for makeup tips, techniques, and products that can help you the most with the changes that we experience as we reach 50 and beyond, I think you'll find a home here, and I do hope you'll subscribe. With that said, let's go ahead and focus on some wonderful tips from a variety of well-known and respected makeup artists. Makeup artist Jenny Smith, who's been the global makeup artist for NARS for over 18 years, is an advocate of skin prep, especially exfoliating our skin. And if we don't exfoliate our skin, we can sometimes end up looking like we're wearing very heavy makeup, even if we're not, because even the lightest application of foundation grabs onto dry patches and clings. Just about every makeup line makes an exfoliating product, but my tried and true favorite exfoliator, which I won't do without, is Tatcha's The Rice Polish in Deep. Even though this product is pricey, you only need very little, so it lasts quite a long time. And by the way, you'll find links to all the products I'll be mentioning today in the description box below, which you can access by tapping on the word more. And I also want to let you know that all the products that I'll be using today are cruelty-free except for NARS, Laura Mercier, and Clinique. Kate Lee, who's with Chanel, is also a firm believer in the incredibly important step of prepping our mature skin before applying makeup. She suggests using products that are lightweight, easily absorbed, and moisturizing. And the moisturizing aspect is especially crucial since our skin usually gets drier as we get older. And Kate Lee has another important tip for those of us with dry skin. She says that even though it's tempting to use a product that is very emollient, we don't want to use a product that's too emollient since that can result in makeup that actually moves around on the skin. And products that are too emollient can also change how our makeup looks. For instance, I have a couple of moisturizers that I love, but they're really quite heavy, and I notice that if I use them before applying a favorite glowy foundation, I don't get that lovely soft glow that I get if I use a lighter weight moisturizer. So I usually save my heavier moisturizers for nighttime application and use a lighter weight moisturizer under my makeup. I've already exfoliated my skin, applied serums, and applied my lighter weight moisturizer, and I use Shani Darden's Weightless Oil-Free Moisturizer. Kate Lee's next tip is that it's also very important to be patient and wait a few minutes for the product to settle into the skin before moving on with makeup application. Now, since most of us want to apply our makeup as quickly as possible, it's very tempting to apply additional products before our moisturizer settles in. And since patient is definitely not my long suit, I'm certainly guilty of not waiting long enough for my moisturizer to settle in, and I have a hunch that there are just a few of you out there who can also relate to this. Kate Lee also says that a mistake she often sees is older women using the same products for 10 years or more. As she says, and I'm going to quote here, "Foundations are incredible these days. Formulations change constantly, and if you stick with one product for many years, you may miss the magic. Also, it's highly likely that the foundation of our 20s and 30s may not be the most flattering when we hit our next glorious decade." I encourage people to try new products and techniques since that in itself is an act of youthfulness. And I say amen to all of that. Well, let's first focus on our eyes. I've already filled in my brows, which every makeup artist agrees is essential, and also applied eye primer. Hollywood makeup artist Nikki LaRose suggests applying blush across the eyes to give more life to the area and to also create a more cohesive makeup look. So I'm going to start off by taking a bit of the blush that I'll use later, which is Milk Makeup Stick Blush in the shade Rally, tap my brush into it, and then gently sweep it over my eyes. And I'm going to be using this Sephora 56 brush. Now I have to admit I've never tried this before, so this is going to be interesting. So I'm just going to apply it just through here. Oh yeah, I can just see just a slight bit of pink. That is kind of nice. And I would definitely recommend using a very sheer blush to do this so you don't get a heavy application of blush. Makeup artist Kendra Mann says that she always hears her older clients say that they want to avoid any eyeshadow with shimmer or sparkle in it. Now, she definitely agrees with the sparkle part, but feels that a little bit of shimmer can actually look nice on the eyelid. But she does say to avoid putting shimmer on our brow bone area. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of mid-tone matte brown to the crease area of both eyes, and then add a little bit of shimmer to the eyelids with a soft shimmer from my Doll 10 2.0 eyeshadow palette. This is the palette I'll be using. So I'm going to combine this color and the one to the right of it for my crease area. And I'm using my Refer number 15 brush, which is a little bit bigger because I have a lot of real estate in my eye area. If you have smaller eyes, you probably want to use a smaller brush. And then some blending. Then I'm taking this very lightest shimmer color for my lids. So this is what it looks like applied with a brush, but now I'm going to use my finger and we'll see if we get a better application that way. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm taking a Sigma 30 brush and just going under the outer third of my eye. And I'm going to go up and connect it to this part. Makeup artist Trish McAvoy also feels it's very important to give some definition to our lash line by using what she calls an invisible lining technique. To do this, she suggests pressing eyeliner in between each lash along the lash line. She feels that this creates the look of lush and full lashes even before adding mascara. I'm going to go ahead and use my Doll 10 eyeliner to do this. So I'm going to do this by just holding up Now, I'm actually ending up doing this more as a tight line, but I'm trying to stay on my lash line. Tight lining is when you go actually under the lid like this. Well, I think you can see what a difference this makes, although I think for many of us this is not an easy thing to do. Well, I think I'm getting a little bit better at it with this eye. It just takes a little bit of practice. Well, that definitely does emphasize the lash line and makes our lashes look fuller. And there is absolutely unanimous agreement that mascara is essential. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. And I'm using my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara on the bottom. And I think I'm running out of this. I think it's drying up because I'm not getting much mascara. As I mentioned earlier, makeup artist Kate Lee said that there are some incredible foundations out there now, and I want to go ahead and recommend two of them, which I feel are especially beautiful on mature skin. NARS's Light Reflecting Foundation and Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Foundation. Now, the Charlotte Tilbury foundation is one I wouldn't recommend if you have oily skin, but for dry or combination skin, it can be gorgeous. Both of these foundations give a lovely soft glow, which can be especially beautiful on our mature skin. Today, I'm going to go ahead and use my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, which is actually a makeup skincare hybrid. It blurs imperfections and smooths the look of textured skin and pores. Always want to shake our foundation if it's a liquid. And I'm going to put it in the areas where I need it the most first, because I have a lot of redness in the middle of my face. Add just a little bit more to area where I need a little bit more coverage. Kaylee is also a firm believer in the philosophy that less is more, especially for mature skin. She suggests focusing on areas where we most need coverage by using a lighter formula foundation, and then going ahead and building up the coverage slightly where we need it most, which is exactly what I did earlier. Another tip from Kate is to use a concealer which has more coverage than a foundation, just on those areas where we need the most coverage, rather than covering our entire face with foundation. Makeup artist Trish McEvoy confirms what most of us already know, that the first area of our face to show signs of aging are our eyes. She suggests brightening the under eye using the triangle of light technique. To do this, we create an upside down triangle under each eye and gently press the product into the skin. This technique makes the area look more lifted. I'm first going to go ahead and apply a color corrector under my eyes, Becca's Under Eye Brightening Corrector in Fair Light, and then I'll take my e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer in Fair Beige, which is one shade lighter than my skin tone, and create the triangle of light suggested by Trish McEvoy. This is my Becca product, which is a peach color, to really camouflage those dark circles. And I love this product. It's so creamy. And then I'm just going to press it in. Now I'm taking my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Fair Beige. And because this doe foot applicator is so large, I'm going to pick up some product with a brush and apply it. Okay, so the triangle of light is pretty much this area. And then I'm just going to pat that in. It is subtle, but it does make a difference. Next, I'm going to apply some contour before moving on to blush. For contour, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution Cream Contour. And I'm going to use a little bit of a different application technique. Instead of a denser brush, I'm going to use this fluffier brush, which will give me a lighter application of the contour. And actually, a better application technique would have been this rather than brushing it on this way. That way I would get an even lighter application. And then under my chin, with just a little bit of what's left on the brush, and my forehead. For blush, I'm using the blush that I used a little bit earlier on my eyes, the Milk Makeup Blush in the shade Rally. I'm going to apply it upward along the middle of my cheekbones toward my temple. And I'm going to use the same brush that I used earlier. And this is a technique I should have used with the contour. This works a lot better. And you can always build it. This is a really pretty kind of raspberry color. And when you look at it, it's kind of scary because it's so dark, but it shears out when you apply it. I'm going to apply just a little bit more to see if I can have it show up. I'm seeing it really well in my mirror, but I know because of these bright lights, it sometimes washes color out. If you are not looking for a sheer application of blush, then this is not the blush for you, because this is definitely a very sheer application. Makeup artist Kendra Mann prefers to add a little bit of sheen on more mature skin, since she feels it helps our complexion look a lot more youthful. And makeup artist Amanda Bell recommends using an oil-based highlighter to create that sheen. She believes that the subtle light reflectivity of an oil-based product creates a lovely diffused glow of natural radiance, which looks like it comes from within. I couldn't agree more. And a coconut oil-based highlighter that really does create that diffused glow of natural radiance is RMS Beauty's Magic Luminizer, which is one of my all-time favorites. This luminizer comes in 5 different shades, but the one that I feel has the most beautiful glow is the Magic Luminizer. And the magic luminizer is in the top right section. And this is what it looks like. I like to go ahead and tap it in with my fingers and then use a different finger to blend out the edges. So I'm just going to tap it on the upper part of my cheekbone. And as you can see, this isn't glittery, it just is a lovely soft radiance. And then I'll go over the edges with a finger that I have not used to apply it. And I like to bring it up just a little bit. It's another lifting technique that's very subtle. Before moving on to lips, I'm going to add some Laura Mercier powder to my T-zone to cut down on the shine. Iconic makeup artist Pat McGrath has this advice for lips. She is a strong believer in exfoliating the lips with a lip scrub. And if you don't have a lip scrub, it's really very easy to create a DIY lip scrub. There are many recipes out there, but frankly, the easiest one has ingredients that most of us already have in our kitchen. All you need to do is mix 1 teaspoon of honey with 2 teaspoons of sugar, and then gently massage the mixture into your lips. Leave it on for 10 minutes and then rinse it off. She then suggests applying concealer that matches your skin all over the lips and then applying a lip balm on top to give hydration. Next, she suggests applying lip liner, and not just on the outer part of the lips, but filling in our entire lips with the lip liner before applying lipstick. And for those of us with mature skin, she recommends using a lipstick formula that's more hydrating to ensure smooth, even coverage. So let's go ahead with Pat McGrath's suggestions. I usually just apply concealer to the edge of my lips, but since she suggests applying it all over the lips and then following up with lip balm, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm using my Dalton concealer in light. And if your lipstick feathers, the concealer really fills in those little fine lines, which helps prevent that from happening. Then I'm going to apply my Naked Bee lip balm. And I love this coconut and honey variety. Next comes a lip liner, and I'll use one of my Dalton lip liners to outline and fill in my lips. For my lipstick, I'll first apply my moisturizing Beauty Counter lipstick in the shade Lily, and then my Ilia lipstick in Ultraviolet to get the color that I want. And then on top will go my lip gloss from Lawless. So here are the 3 colors I'll be using. The Beauty Counter Lily is at the top, underneath is the Ilia Ultraviolet, and then my Lawless lip gloss is below. Well, I think that covers all the tips that I wanted to share with you today, and I certainly hope you found some of them helpful and enjoyed this video. If so, I'd so appreciate it if you'd hit that thumbs up like icon. And if you use any of these tips, or if you have some of your own that you'd like to suggest, I hope you'll share them in the comments section below. And I hope you'll also join me again next Thursday. And in the meantime, I wish you good health and happiness, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.